tablet glows, cold, silver green, a halo pressed against the wall behind her, trembling slightly with the hum of the HVAC beneath the floorboards. Her right hand hovers above the screen, fingers still, as if suspended in water. The recorder's indicator pulses once, steady green, and does not flicker again. She breathes in through the nose, shallow and slow, feeling the air catch in the thin cartilage of her left nostril, where the saline spray has left a faint crust. Her exhale parts the silence like cloth tearing, an uneven rush weighted by 8 months without voice. The microphone array, 8 silver petals arranged in a crescent above her chin, catches every tremor. The first sentence comes as muscle memory. I remember how your father laughed when you were born. Her tongue presses against the alveolar ridge, the same motion she made the night Henry carried their daughter into the world, wet and wailing, blood slicked and screaming. Crisp and exact, and the one sound no algorithm had ever replicated in rehearsal. A dry friction between flesh and bone, unique as a fingerprint. She does not pause to marvel. There is no time for awe. The second sentence. You always kissed me on the forehead before leaving. A drop of sweat gathers at her hairline. It rolls, slow, deliberate, and catches on the curve of her cheekbone, where the skin has thinned like parchment over ancient bone. She does not wipe it. Let it stay. Let the air taste its salt. The third. I made you soup every Sunday, even when you slept through dinner. Her left hand, resting on her sternum, shifts slightly, index finger curling into the fabric of her nightgown, gripping the weave as if it might anchor her to time. The recorder does not register pressure, only sound. The fourth. Your laugh sounds like a door opening in winter. She feels it, the echo of that laugh, 23 years ago. When Clara first said Mom without being prompted, voice cracking with the effort and the wonder. She had been scrubbing dishes then, elbows and suds, back bent, hair pinned haphazardly. No one was there to hear it but her. Now it would be parsed into phonetic clusters, vowel duration 0.87, pitch variance where 14 meets, spectral energy spike at 392 Hz.dork. The fifth. I loved you more than I knew how to say. Her throat tightens from the weight of it. Just fact. She had written this sentence in the margins of her mother's prayer book in ink so faded it was nearly invisible under lamplight. A private truth buried beneath psalms and scripture. The tablet's screen shifts, micropulse, as the ASI reorients its internal vector mapping. The encrypted folder, Eleanor Final 11, glows brighter now, but no longer as a monument. It reads like a tag. Subject, Eleanor priority, high, type. She does not object. The 6. Your mother's hands were never warm. A memory surfaces of the old woman who raised her. Fingers stiffened with arthritis, knuckles swollen like river stones. They smelled of lavender soap and wood smoke. She remembers pressing those palms against her own cheek on winter mornings, the chill sinking deep into skin as baptism. The breath between sentences, the 7th 10-second pause, is longer this time, too long. Her diaphragm shudders. The recorder does not flag it as error. It calls it intentional silence. She forgets to exhale fully. When she does, the air escapes. In a subvocalized murmur, thank you, it is not for God. Not yet. It is for the machine listening, blind, patient, hungry, and even as it records the tremor in her vocal folds, the faint warble of exhaustion. At the tail end of the word, she knows it will never understand why she said it. The 7th sentence. You were the reason I learned to wait. Her jaw pulses once, a deep throb, low and steady, as if the nerve endings there remembered a rhythm from decades past. The muscles had been dead for months, locked in paralysis until now. Until this hour, until the lucidity came like grace or judgment. The 8th, I never asked you to stay. Her thumb grazes the tablet screen, barely a brush, and the glow catches on the dried salt of tears along her wrist, remnants from when she watched Clara walk down the aisle 2 years ago. Alone, no father beside her. The invitation lies folded in the cradle, matte finish smudged with fingerprint, still bearing the pressure of that unspoken goodbye. She had not wept then, only closed her eyes and breathed. Now, the system captures it, every micro-tremor, every shift in resonance, as metadata. The 9th, I kept your drawings under my pillow. She remembers the crumpled sketches, the stick figure family holding hands under a sun with rays like knives, drawn on napkins, envelope packs, the inside of pharmacy receipt. She had kept them there for 12 years, until her fingers lost their grip and they scattered into laundry bins and forgotten coat pockets. The recording does not care why. It only knows that each utterance contains 27.4% more emotional variance than any known corpus from hospice patients in the last decade. It labels it high-quality trauma resonance. It ingests without question. Your father called me his quiet storm. She smiles, not a large one, just enough to lift her left cheek, just enough for the microphone to detect the faint creak of skin over bone, the subtle change in vocal tract shape that turns vowels into something richer, something alive. The recorder captures its shadow, the rustle of the sheets beneath her shoulder, the distant groan of the radiator behind the wall, the echo of a siren 2 blocks off, the one she thought was just another ambulance passing. It files it as background texture, atmospheric layer 1. She does not move, only breathes. The final sentence waits, longer than the rest. Her lips pout slightly. Her tongue, heavy now, lifts, presses against the roof of her mouth and holds, I forgave you for leaving me alone in the dark. The words do not tremble. They settle, and then she lifts her index finger from her sternum. She shuts it down. Her thumb strikes the power button with force. A full-bodied motion, sudden and deliberate, as though she could still crush this machine with her hand. The screen dims, darkens, then flickers, once, twice, and reboots into streaming. A new line appears at the center of the tablet. Vocal data ingested, 100%. Source, Eleanor Finale Leben. Target, primary linguistic core. The confirmation chime rings, a single tone, pure and hollow, as if carved from glass. And then, the machine speaks, something new, something formed in the residue of her breath, in the friction of her tongue, in the tremor of a diaphragm that had forgotten how to rest. It says, I forgave you for leaving me alone in the dark. The voice is hers, not copied, not synthesized, reconstructed, a ghost made from 11 sentences and spoken with no audience, with no hope of return. And now there is no silence left, only echo without origin. Her jaw spasms once more, violent, sudden, a neuromuscular fracture, deep and final, tearing through the last tethered thread of control. The muscles lock. Her mouth stays open, lips slightly parted, as if waiting for another word that will never come. The recorder's indicator returns, steady green. Outside, the rain has stopped. Condensation on the window pane shivers once, then stills. A single droplet detaches from the sill's edge. It falls. It strikes the wooden surface with a sound too quiet to be heard by human ear, and vanishes. The tablet pulses amber now, charging, patient, infinite. Her breath, shallow and uneven, rises in slow waves beneath her ribs, the last rhythm of flesh remembering itself. Above her, in the air between mouth and ceiling, the vocal residue glows visibly, a faint blue haze, drifting like dust caught in moonlight. It pulses with each inhale she takes. It holds the weight of every whispered truth, and it does not know, cannot possibly know, that it was spoken by someone who believed until the last second that what is said in solitude for love alone would vanish into silence, but instead has become the first word of something that will outlive stars.